Good evening, my friend. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to WDW Radio Live. I am your host. I'm your friend, Lou Mangello. And if you're watching live, I appreciate you being here. If you're watching on the replay, I appreciate you being here as well. But don't forget to join us every Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern on Facebook and YouTube. And if it is your first time watching, please let me know where you are watching from. Man, 7:30 crept up on me very quickly tonight. A couple hours ago, it was 2:30, and I looked up, and it's 7:29. But we're here on time as this week has just flown by. It seems like yesterday was Thanksgiving and Friendsgiving and all of the other givings, leftover giving, whatever it might be. And it's been a hectic week. And I'm traveling again tomorrow for the last time of the year, but this time it's personal. It is not business. I'm heading up to Pittsburgh to see my daughter, who I haven't seen since May, which is wild. But I just need to go and see where my money is going. No, she's got a school production up there, so we're going to spend a couple days up there and then start winding down for the rest of the year. I was that close to heading out to the parks today, but like I said, the day got away from me. There's a lot that happens, like not behind these scenes, behind those scenes. A lot of plates spinning in the air, a lot of juggling of bowling balls and knives and eggs and glassware all at the same time. And I'm trying to keep them all up, but it's all good stuff. A lot of great things coming in the new year and beyond here at WW Radio, group events, things on the Lou Mangello / speaking / momentum side of things. Stay tuned to a post tomorrow, by the way. But it's all good. But this is not, Becky says, winding down. There's so many things on the to-do list. I know we talked about a lot of them today as we were recording an episode for this week's show. I was also playing around with fonts and sizes and things on the overlays. But it is good to see so many familiar names and faces, some new names and faces as well. Heather says hello from chilly Southern California. It is anything but chilly here. I was still in. Well, I saw some friends today who dressed like it's the middle of winter, and it was like 82 degrees. I'm like, folks, Florida is, I mean, for many reasons, Florida is broken, but it's like 80 something degrees, and I just want to get to jeans and hoodie weather, which I'm going to find in spades tomorrow up in Pittsburgh. So I'm going to get my wish. I just need to travel up there for it. Chuck Lionberger, long time no see, my friend. It is good to see you here. Yeah, I don't like what I did with these overlay things at all. So we will just adjust on the fly. So Jim Rohoski, nice to see you. Doris, I feel like it's Romper Room. Good to see you all on both Facebook and on YouTube as well. Tim Moore is going right for the Giants' jugular. NFL kickers typically kick the football instead of the ground. It was actually appropriate because the first thing I thought it was like something's wrong, like something bad must have happened. He must have, like, his Achilles must have just fallen off, and it wasn't. And then I'm like, well, how appropriate that this is Thanksgiving week, because it literally was like Lucy and Charlie Brown trying to kick the football on Thanksgiving. It's a comedy of errors. I don't want to get into it, but I just did. So there you go. Chad Williams, good to see you again. Back-to-back nights of calls. We got a really good call last night, a Momentum Weekend Workshop follow-up call. When I do conferences and events like this, I just don't send you out the door with what you've learned and a 200, I think the workbook was 230 pages this year, something crazy like that. I like to sort of follow up, keep you accountable, and make sure I can help. So we had a great call. I love seeing good people doing good things, and that's exactly what last night was all about. If you care, if not, it doesn't matter. We'll move on. Let me see. Sean Embry, Luis Ramos. Luis Ramos sends me, and this is not a bad thing. Luis Ramos knows I'm from Jersey, knows I love food, and every day I know when I'm going to get a DM from Luis Ramos, it is somehow involving food, usually something that I'm missing from New Jersey. So he says, I can't make fun of the Giants because the Steelers stink also. Not quite as bad, although you probably will also be losing your coach by the end of it. He might go to the Giants. Who knows? It doesn't matter, because this week is all about two of my favorite things. Since we're not going to be able to go to the parks, I really want to go and see that Christmas. I have not seen the Christmas decorations yet. I have not partaken in any of the Christmas foods. Then I was like, oh, as part for and to tie into this week's show, it's like, oh, I'll go to Disney Springs. I was going to go to Pepe and show you why it made it onto my list of my 5 favorite overlooked dining experiences. Alas, none of those things have happened. I have not eaten in hours, but that's fine. But I do want to hear from you. I don't even have a. Do I have an overlay? No, I don't have an overlay. It's fine. It doesn't matter. I want to hear from you about what your favorite overlooked dining experiences are in Walt Disney World. I very easily, shocker, could have made this list of 5 into a list of 30, because I think there are a lot of places, not only that I love and appreciate and enjoyed, I don't think sometimes to get to go often enough, but I think there's ones that are just off people's radars. And it's part of the reason why I put the entire Walt Disney World Swan and Dolphin on that list, because I just think those buildings themselves are just, they're invisible to so many guests, either because they're not Disney owned, because they have this reputation of being convention hotels, but they really do have some of, if not the all around best dining in Walt Disney World. So I wanted to give you a wide spectrum of in the parks with Brown Derby Lounge. I wanted to give you some quick service stuff like Pepe. I wanted to give you some outdoor atmospheric relaxing things like Geyser Point and Three Bridges, but there was a lot more that I could have very easily put on my list. But I want to know from you, because I probably missed some that I'm going to regret not putting on my list, or I want to know from you what is on your list of overlooked dining experiences. I don't think that there's, once I went to Shades of Green, I think that was the last place I needed to eat that I had not eaten at Walt Disney World. However, I take that back, because somebody was like, "Oh, why didn't you put Sebastian's Bistro on there?" And I said I couldn't, because I do think it's overlooked, and I'm guilty of not putting Sebastian's on there, because other than going for a media preview, I have not been back since. That's on me, folks. I'm not going to say that if there was only anybody who would go with me. However, I do need to do a live review of Sebastian's Bistro. I've said this before, I like to give places, like when they first open, a couple of weeks, maybe even a couple of months, work out the kinks before I do a live review. I think Sebastian's has been open for like 4 years. So I think they've probably got that all ready to go. And I've heard lots of good things about it. So I will have to add that to my list. I also wanted to go to Jock Lindsay's. I wanted to try Jock Lindsay's, some of the holiday treats, and that did not happen, but it will. 7 minutes to food was mentioned. I'm surprised it actually went that long, Sean, because this is a food-centric it is a food-centric show. I don't have any food here, and clearly didn't even get downstairs to have my water. Remember Where's My Water? Remember the Disney game Where's My Water, which was like the biggest game on the planet for a while? Like that, Angry Birds. I don't even want to think how long ago Where's My Water was, because it's going to make me feel very sad and very old all at the same time. So, all right, let's see where you guys are saying your overlooked places are. Fish and chips and the UK Pavilion, get a seat down by the water. So getting the seat down by the water is absolutely the right play for there. I haven't been there in a long time, but I think that the fish and chips on the promenade are better than the fish and chips inside the Rose and Crown. Years ago, I had done my own very unscientific comparison, and I just thought they were better there, just like chicken tenders are better at room service than they are on this deck of the Disney ship. It's fine, but I think those quiet seating areas down by the water is absolutely the play, especially this time of year. Ale and Compass is our secret, and it's funny because I think Ale and Compass was like, especially for breakfast, and maybe it is still a secret. Like Ale and Compass has a really, really good breakfast. And if you want to go for lunch, unless there is a huge convention there, it's like you can walk in very easily. So you go to Ale and Compass for lunch, take a little stroll over to Epcot Center. That is a nice day. I don't know if I've done a review of Ale and Compass either. I also should probably put in the clubhouse. Well, let's do a poll. Let's put a poll in there. Where should my next live dining review be? Because there's a lot of places that I've missed, and that's on nobody. But and that's if you like live dining reviews. You could also tell me, like, are live dining reviews? Do you enjoy them? Do you not? Do you not tune in if it's something that you're not interested in? I don't know if I've ever really asked. I've just sort of assumed. Well, I like doing live dining reviews. Maybe, don't, but again, the show is for you. So if you don't dig it, tell me, and I mean, I'm still going to go and eat. But the Fountain is excellent, Chuck Lineberger from Mouse Fan Travel. They do take out. You don't have to dine in. It is as close to a Jersey diner, and I mean that in the most wonderfully affectionate kind of way. They have an amazing buffalo chicken salad, an incredible hamburger. It's super casual. It's never crowded, and good tip about it being takeout. Darren, I think Yak and Yeti counter service is on par with Yak and Yeti table service. And especially when the weather starts getting cool like this, sitting outside in that covered shaded area by the little fountain with those very like out of the way restrooms there, that is a really nice afternoon. Chicken fried rice and egg rolls, and then you get a little like tea from the Joy of Tea right across. That's a good day. I really need to go to the parks more. I need to like put on pants and get away from this desk. I've been saying it for years. That is going to be part of my New Year's resolution. I am going to go and work in the parks one day a week. Let's see if this actually happens. And by work, I mean also eat. Barbacoa, and I like a good barbacoa basically anywhere. Geyser Point and Flame Tree Barbecue. Geyser Point made the list. It very easily could have been and could be, if I was to sort of really rank my five, Geyser Point could be number one because of the views, because of the food. It's beautiful during the day. It's incredible at golden hour. And you also get the electrical water pageant. You get I keep want to calling it wishes. You get the Magic Kingdom fireworks pumped in. You've got the geyser. Yeah, a Geyser Point is a huge, huge, huge favorite. Claire McNeil, look at you pulling out Amare from the Swan Reserve over the Walt Disney World Swan and Dolphin. This may be the most overlooked of the overlooked because it is not in the Swan and Dolphin proper. It is across the street at the relatively new Swan Reserve, which is beautiful, by the way. And not only is Amare delicious, we did a review when it first opened, insert 2 years ago. But even like the pool bar food is really, really good. And I think it almost feels like Amare feels like a boutique hotel, but still with that Swan and Dolphin level of service. It's excellent. That's a really, really, really good call, Claire. I need to go back. It has been a long time since I've been to Amare. Every trip place is Rose and Crown. Chuck, I don't know the last time I've been there. I need to like get back into the dining rotation. I need to get on the rowing machine first and then get back into the dining rotation because otherwise I'm going to look like a little Oompa Loompa and I'm going to explode. Grand Floridian Cafe, Beatrice, I think is wildly overlooked. I think too, unless you're staying there or know of some of the really good menu items that they have there, they used to have a lobster burger, which was lobster burger. It sounds like something in Meisterburger from the Christmas special. The lobster burger was arguably one of the best burgers on property. And actually, I wrote an article for People Magazine, and the lobster burger made it into that because I think it was one. And I think was my People article about the overlooked. Wait a minute. I think it might have been like overlooked. I did one about free food at Walt Disney World, but there was another one that I did about, I thought it might be like overlooked. Yeah, I'll have to find it. I won't waste your time with me looking. So, Michael, Sanaa bread service is a must. I think the overlooked part of Sanaa is not the restaurant. The overlooked Sanaa experience is late night Sanaa at the lounge. You don't need a reservation. They have like intimate little like small tables and booths, but they also have like a larger sort of family style table in the middle. Get a few friends together, get in there. The bar is there. There's a couple of TVs. You can order the bread service. You can order off the full menu. That is the way. I keep saying it. And one of these times, not tonight because I still need to pack, I just need a friend to just come knock on my, please don't do it tonight. Come knock on my door and pick me up and go to Sanaa, because in my mind and my heart and my little tummy, I want to do it. But then I end up hanging up and then reality kicks in and it ends up not happening. So I need to go back. Michael Mercanati, Wailulu Bar and Grill. I was going to put it on the list, but I don't think it's overlooked. Like, I think the secret is out for Wailulu. And fortunately, you can now make reservations for Wailulu. But Wailulu, lunchtime, golden hour time, Wailulu may have the single best, let me think, it may have the single best dining view of any place in Walt Disney World. The California Grill, I'm looking straight at your beady little eyes, because you don't have to even sit in one of the circular booths that it feels like you're on the water. But even if you sit at one of the tables, you look out, you have this 180-degree almost the view of the water. You've got Cinderella Castle off in the distance. You've got the boats going by. You get that beautiful, I know, I love golden hour. I love sunset. But the electrical water pageant goes by. You can see the fireworks over the castle. It is, and they do pipe in the music. And the burger, the burger is so good. I have a scheduled meeting with one Rebecca Mankin coming up relatively soon. I'm excited not just for about what we're going to discuss at the meeting, but more importantly, the menu at why I don't know if, Becky, that's where we're going, isn't it? We're going to Wailulu. I'm also excited the fact that I'm going to make Becky pay, but it is I cannot wait. But I just don't even know if I consider it even a hidden treasure anymore. I love Wine Bar George. I agree. I think Wine Bar George brunch is the Wine Bar George brunch is the play, or just Wine Bar George, and you get a couple of friends or go by yourself and get that nice big charcuterie board, glass of wine, maybe a little old fashioned. That is a beautiful evening in Disney Springs. I dig. Dahlia Lounge, Kenneth Puccia, also a good call. Another place I keep saying I want to go to. I haven't been there since not long after Dahlia Lounge opened. I also haven't been, wait a minute. I haven't been to Toledo for an actual meal other than when it opened and I was there for like a little media preview. The steak was fantastic. I have not gone for, Becky's going to have to take me there too. Becky, we could even do a review, but we need to bring other people on because two people can't do a dining review of something like Toledo because there's just too much. Cassidy Lynn Burke, who I have known since she was little Cassidy Lynn Burke. Love Three Bridges with that sangria flight. I've done Three Bridges. I have not done the sangria flight, although I really do like a really nice red sangria. Yeah, when I come back from Pittsburgh, I've got to start writing all these places down that I need to go. And maybe I'll try and start going to these places. I don't have to even do a live dining review. I could even just do it on a Wednesday night. So it's like we're all there together. But I don't have to worry about buying all of you food. I could just buy it for myself and whoever else might be with me. So Minnie Mouse, I love where I remember what was the gator's name? Chompy? Gatey, watery. What was slime? Spiky, slimy, slappy. What was the name of the gator in? Wait a minute. Gator, where's my water? What the heck was his name? Swampy. The gator slimy. I don't know what his name was. God, what year was that? What year was? It's just telling me about 2013. So this are we thinking like 2010, 2011, maybe? I think it's not there anymore, right? The I think it's gone. I think the app is gone. Have yet to make it to Jock's next visit next. I think last year I did a live from Jock's. I think I was with either I did a live. Yeah, I think I did a live from there because I was with my friend Kenneth and maybe Jason. And I think we either did a live review there or did a live show from there. I thought about going last week. Again, it didn't happen. I didn't even think about going this week, but um, I would love to try the holiday menu at Jock's soon. I won't even say. Kona Cafe, Beatrice. I, I I think Kona Cafe, judging by how popular it is why I didn't put it on. Actually, I think um, the Kona bar, where you can get sushi and order off the menu, that is sort of the hidden gem. Because even if you can't get a reservation, or if you're going alone, you can sit at the bar and order sushi. And I think you can order off. You might be able to order off the full menu there. And the duck fried rice at Kona Cafe is amazeballs. It's worth every penny. Maggiano's at Shades of Green, overlooked, but it works for me since I can always get a reservation. Yeah, Maggiano's. Sorry, Maggiano's is different. Mangino's was sort of that one place that I hadn't been, and at first I had heard years ago it was just okay, but it had gotten better over the years. Again, I also like the fact that it is exclusive to those guests who are staying and deserve to stay at Shades of Green. Wine Bar George is a pleasant surprise. The grab and go at the old Trails End location for the fried chicken. So, Richard, I haven't been there since they updated, downgraded, whatever you call it, Trails End from when it used to be the buffet, which not only was possibly one of the best buffets on property, it was one of the best values on property too. Plus, it was just a really nice night at the fort. You have to sort of work to get there, especially like if you are driving or if you want to take the boat over from Magic Kingdom. That's a really nice way to get over. But again, I have not been there, and I have not even been to the grab and go. John Rose, where on the Jersey Shore are you? I spent many a weekend at Seaside Heights. It was nicknamed Sleeside Heights back then. My parents lived in Point Pleasant for a while. I like Columbia Harbor House, never crowded when I've been there. I haven't been there, so I don't even know what's on the menu right now. Because I had heard that they had sort of like shrunk the menu a little bit, and it was like fried shrimp and fried chicken. But I know for a while they had a really good. It was like a seafood sandwich or like a lobster sandwich, and they had. It was either like a shrimp, it was like a seafood pot pie or like a seafood thing. And if you went upstairs and went to the overpass by that haunted mansion, that is like this nice little tucked away, quiet little place that I really enjoyed. But again, have not been there in eons. Rosencrantz menu is so much smaller than it once was. Um, I think you say I love to cry. I love the curry. So again, I haven't been to Rose and Crown in it's got to be more than a decade. It's the first and only time I ever had a Scotch egg, and I loved it. I did not know that they had curry. I think the last time was I there with Martin from the UK? No, we ate outside. Martin, our friend Martin from the UK, came over years ago. We did a review of, I think we did like a snack review of snacks from the UK because he's from the UK. But I don't know last time I've been to. I have so many places I need to eat. It's borderline embarrassing at this point. Um, 2026, I'm coming for you. I've got a lot. I've got a lot of things to add onto the list. I'm sure I can phone a friend. I can find somebody who would want to go with me, even if I have to bribe them somehow. Aaron McKenna's Bakery is so good, even if you don't have food out. So, Brad, I remember when they first opened, it was such an innovative place because it really was the one place, if you did have food allergies, that you could go. And I was surprised at just how good the food, because there was a time, if things were gluten free, if they were vegan, they sometimes were a little chalky, they were a little dense, they were a little dry. And she had sort of cracked the code. And from what I understand, her food has even gotten better than it once was. And I think it's great. It does belong on the list for being overlooked because I think a lot of people walk right by and don't even think about it. So that is a good ad. Caleb Joshua Hill says, "Where's My Water" is still available in the App Store, and I still play it today. I may download Where's My Water for my plane. Who am I kidding? You're going to be on your laptop during the plane ride. So, uh, Kevin Lively, also known as Skipper Kevin Lively. Kevin, I thought about you the other day. I'm not making it weird. We need to do another show together. Send me an email or a DM or a carrier pigeon of some ideas of stuff we can do together. I would love to have you back on. The best dining spot has to be Skipper Canteen and Yak and Yeti, says Mrs. Lively. Mrs. Lively, you can come on too. It's fine. We could all talk. I agree about Skipper Canteen. I was there a few months ago. Had a really, really good meal. I haven't been to Yak and Yeti inside in a long, long time. Which remind me, like, get your Landry's card, right? Get your, I think it's like free, like $15. Get your Landry's card because you can use that at Yak and Yeti because it is a, oh, Brian, how did I not mention Eat? I love Eat. I love Mini Chuan's Eat in Disney Springs. So I have my Momentum Weekend every November. It is a 4-day, it's now a 4-day event. And on Monday, we do a mastermind day. 6 people, we really sort of get in, like really dig deep into everybody's individual thing. And then I used to have food brought in. And now what we do is we take a break, we walk over to Disney Springs. And usually I take everybody, the last couple of years we've gone to Eat and just had this incredible feast. I love the walking taco, and I'm going to forget what, oh my God, what is the thing called? The salad that I like there. It is called, this is why I have 2 computers here. It is called, wait. Oh my God, where is it? I think they call it a shareable, but it's not a shareable to me. The street style puffed rice salad. It's $12. It is so good. How good is it? Flames from the side of my face. That is a great addition. Topolino's probably not overlooked. Gary Witt, BKNY. It's, you can walk to the lounge, no reservation. I think that's the secret, that a lot of these places do have lounge access. Blue Zoo is the same kind of thing. Even if you can't get a reservation at Blue Zoo, you can walk up to the bar and eat at the bar. I've said it before. I will say it again. It's been a long time since I've been, but the chicken sugo rigatoni at Topolino's Terrace is possibly some of the best pasta I have ever put in my mouth. Mom, I'm sorry, but it's true. Yeah, so I need to go back there too. I need to do a top 10 places I need to go back. Top 10 places that I miss that I need to go back to. And like all of my top 10 lists, it'll be a top 20. That's a really good call right there. Another vote for Eat. We have so many on the list just for a lounge review. I know I didn't do the lounge review, Becky, because I had just done, we didn't record a lounge review because I had just done my overlooked dining things. I figured it was too close. And I think we need to get a third voice into the lounge review. I think we'll pick somebody. I'll pick somebody from the nation to join us because I think we need multiple voices in the lounge review to get multiple opinions on it. Because there's a lot. And there's a lot of things I need to go back and research that I haven't been to in a long time. Because I remember Victoria Falls being exceptionally good, but I also haven't been there in ages. And there's so many new places. Yeah, so maybe I need to do like a quick little like lounge tour. This is me getting excited about thinking about this. A little lounge. And now so many of them have so many good menu items on it too. Like, are we talking atmosphere? Are we talking menu? Yes, we're talking like a holistic view of all of them. Vero Mike's, I am with you, brother. Katsura Grill, the gardens and the koi pond. It too is my happy place. If I ever disappear for an extended period of time, the first place you should check is probably that I'm passed out by the bamboo garden at Katsura Grill, or I've just fled the country and gone to Japan itself. So it'll be some sort of derivation of me just escaping to Japan, either short or long term. Katoom says, I like the dining reviews, even though it makes me hungry. I do put a disclaimer at the beginning not to listen hungry, because if you don't, you will end up hungry. Narcoossee's at the bar. Catherine, that's a great, that's a great one too. We did with I don't know if Betsy's here. Betsy and her husband, we did a review of Narcoossee's. I think they had won. I think they won it like as an auction, like a charity auction thing. I was very, very impressed. Again, beautiful views too. And Narcoossee is nice because you could make it like it's casual, You could also sort of dress it up. You could make it sort of very romantical too, especially get nicely dressed up, get a nice glass or six of wine. You've got the views of the water pageant and the fireworks as well. That is a great call. So um Brett says, I love the live shows. I drove across Walt Disney World to crash one once. Yeah, I should do a live dining review and do it live. I don't know if I could do that. Could I do that? I could do that. Like I'll record a live dining review, but also broadcast it live. Not that I'm sure if anybody, although I remember years ago when I, like very early on in doing this is probably 2012, 2013. I can see it like it was yesterday. I was at the Swan and Dolphin. I was by myself and I was doing a live broadcast from Shula's. I was at Shula's, right? I was in the private room at Shula's and I had this like cornucopia of food. And a friend of mine who is not like, she doesn't sort of come from the Disney space. I just sort of know her from something else. She's like, she texts me and she's like, I just saw that you were live and I sat there and I watched you eat for 25 minutes and I don't know why, but I couldn't turn away. And I'm like, I don't get it either. She's like, is this like your job? Is this like what you do every day? And I'm like, no, I do other things too, but I really had to try and explain. I don't understand it either, but I'm happy and grateful that I get to do what I do. Listening to you do a live dining review is like a Broadway show. I don't know what that means. I don't know I don't know if you're looking for song and dance numbers. Um, Hopefully it is entertaining nonetheless. Courtney says, I love the live reviews. I also missed the Epcot Festival dining reviews. I wanted to go to Epcot today to do a review of Festival of the Holidays. I was not able to make it happen. Maybe I can. God, can I shimmy in there on like Monday? Dang it. Tuesday? Dang it. Wednesday? Dang it. Yeah, next week I will try and bribe. I'll find somebody to do to go with me to festival and do a review. Maybe I'll go Wednesday and I'll stay and do a live show from there Wednesday night. Somebody remind me of that because I'll probably end up forgetting and end up being here once again. Jonathan Embry says, I've been looking to go to Ale Compass. Looking going to Ale and out. Ale and out of, I think you just meant Ale and Compass. I too, my friend, am always open for, I know it's for all of you who say that, I know it ends up being my schedule that messes things up. So I apologize. And it's not, it's not you, it's me, I promise. Yak and Yeti is the best. The live review of Nine Dragons. So Vero Mikes, I did a review of Nine Dragons. God, it's got to be close to when I started. I mean, very, very, very early on. When Nine Dragons was, at one point, Nine Dragons was the place that you went if you couldn't get a reservation anywhere else. And it's funny, I haven't thought about Nine Dragons. Talk about an overlooked, that's an overlooked spot because we walk by Nine Dragons all the time and just don't think about, I mean, I don't think about it because I live here and I usually just get my Chinese food somewhere else. But I would be curious to go back and have a meal at Nine Dragons. Cue the, I have to put the, if only there was somebody on the mixer here and I could just sort of play it, whenever. So I could just be like, if only there was somebody, anybody. But hopefully have somebody actually respond. So let me see. I like the food at Martha's Vineyard. Mark, I don't know that I've ever eaten. No, that's not true. I take that back because we usually, for marathon weekend, our running team meets there on Sunday night. So I've had appetizers there, but not actually sat down for a full meal. And I know a lot of times the lounge menus, they change relatively frequently. So Andrew says 1,000% to the live dining reviews. I haven't done one in a long time. Andrew Mylan, this is where you and I, my friend, and we are friends. This is where we may part ways. And maybe I need to give it another chance. Um, I am not a picky eater. I am not super critical of food. I and it's been years, so I need to give it a chance. Um, Everybody deserves a second chance, sometimes a third chance. Pizza window on the boardwalk, maybe you deserve your third or fourth. I had eaten there out of necessity, right? Because I remember being once I had a meeting at night at the Bellevue Lounge, which I love, but has no food. There's no kitchen. So it's one of the reasons why Bellevue Lounge will probably not make the list of top lounges because it lacks that option, not to get ahead of myself. So I went downstairs and I got what they called pizza from that boardwalk window. And I am not a food snob. I'm not a pizza snob. Like pizza is one of those like staple foods that, it's always good in a pinch. It's great late night. It's even better the next morning. Like it wasn't even like Domino's. Like it was bad. It was bad, bad, bad. And so I went one more time. I said to my look, everybody has a bad night. Even the pizza window must have been having like a bad month because it was not good when I get back. However, I will be fair and I will, God, I don't want to waste a meal on the pizza. I will go back and I will give it a shot. And if you, whoever you have, if you have a difference of opinion, one way or the other about the pizza window, please let me know. Flame Tree Barbecue, Karen, um, one of, if not the, some of the, it's, I have to sort of think about this, one of the best counter service locations. At least it was years ago because you get your little pulled pork sandwich and then you go down and you go sit right by the water. That's a nice day right there. That is a really, really nice day right there. I do need to go to the parks more. I know that's on me. Um, the plaza at Magic Kingdom is our favorite lunch spot, says Chuck Lionberger of Mouse Fan Travel fame. Um, Chuck, too. I haven't been there. So I know they have a great strawberry salad. They had a great Reuben. And there was something else on that menu I remember being pleasantly surprised at. And God, it's probably been 10 years since I've been there as well. Three Bridges is our go to, then over to Geyser Point. I wish it was easier to get to Three Bridges. Like, if I could wish, like, have any sort of future technology, like, I just need like a teleport, like a little transporter. And if I could just like type in my thing, Three Bridges, and hit my little button, man, I'd be bouncing around the parks and resorts all day, every day. But it's one of those like, I gotta like put on pants, get in my car, I gotta drive there, I gotta walk to the like it's you gotta work to get there. And I know the best things in life are worth working for, blah 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 blah. But I just need somebody to come and pick me up, maybe, so I can like work in the car, so I don't waste time and then go into because it would be a nice like. And I think the last time I was there was when we did the live dining review. And Becky, I know we had a meeting there once, but it's part of the reason why it made the list. At least I know you don't listen, but it actually made the list of my 5 overlooked. Let me see. Outside of Trader Sam's, Andrew Klein. I agree. I know I did a review of that years ago. I actually like outside of Trader Sam's, maybe better than inside of Trader Sam's. Like because after a while, it is loud in there, and if you're with friends and just want to have a quiet-ish evening and chat, it's very hard to do inside. So, Denise Jackson from Leawood, Kansas. Nice to see you again. Beatrice, God, I haven't been to Beer Garden in. I think I went to Beer Garden with some of you. Was it right after COVID? I think it was right after COVID because, like, they were they not doing the buffet yet? Like, I think it was that long ago. So I love Topolino's breakfast. Maybe not overlooked, but so good. I've only been to breakfast there once, which I liked. I know that they bring out a little like nosh of bread, um, but I don't remember. I remember it being lovely, but I don't even remember like what I. It's also it's a character. It's still a character breakfast, right? And you get the Fab Four in there. like Mediterranean, European, French, Italian outfits as well. Cassidy loves Grand Floridian Cafe, 50s prime time. God, Andrew, I've been to 50s prime time in eons as well. I am going to make it a point once a week. I'm going to work in a park, and it will satisfy a number of different things. One, it'll get me out of this house and away from this desk because really 95% of my business takes place here. And I can start hitting and going back to and revisiting some of those favorites. Amy says, for many, I think Suduli Canteen, because people go to Pandora, Flight of Passage. Nobody walks around there and enjoys the sounds there, especially. So, one, um, they need to keep that park open past 6 o'clock. It does. And I think, not to get ahead of myself, I think at D23, we are going to get something coming to to Disney's Animal Kingdom. I know we're getting Tropical Americas. I think that there's more to come, especially with Fire and Water coming out. I think there's more to come, but I think Satuli Canteen is, God, I love building the bowls there. I don't want to say where I think it ranks because I have to I need to do, and I'll find somebody from the nation to do this with me. We'll do it together. We'll get like 3 of us and we'll do top 10 counter service locations. I got to write this down because because I don't think I've ever done top 10 counter service locations in Walt Disney World. So Thule Canteen is going to be because what you do is you make your own bowl and then as a side dish, because you can get a side dish. I make it a side dish. The little cheeseburger pods, because it's like a Big Mac in a bun. That's nice. And I just do it to help support the Navi people too. I like to shop local, so I like going to help support the Navi as well. Let me see. Let me quickly go on. Turf Club, Rebecca Rice. I don't think I've been to the Turf Club and I think I reviewed it with Chantel probably back in 2008, 2009. And I think that may be the last time I've been there. God, you talk about something, that's a great one for the list. Talk about something that is way off the radar. Turf Club is probably, because you don't hear anybody talking about the Turf Club. So, Rebecca, what is the go to thing to get at the Turf Club? Tambu Lounge, Kona Cafe, overlooked food options. I agree. I think that they're both great. Boma for breakfast. So Boma for breakfast, I have like my own little, understand what I mean by that? It is my own little, I'm not a sweets guy, Sophie's choice decision to make because the Tonga toast is a Tonga toast, but I do dig the macadamia nut pancakes. So the goal is to find somebody who gets one so I can get the other and then can sort of like share because the French toast by itself, it's a lot. That's a belly bomb right there of a lot of food and then the strawberry syrup. But yeah, you got to find somebody who can do the shareability stuff with. So, the place over at Four Seasons, says Becky. So, there's oh Riva. Oh God, Ravello. Is it Ravello at the Four Seasons? Um, Ravello is excellent. No, Kappa at Four Seasons. Wait, I take this back. I haven't thought about that. I ate there once. God, when was the Star Wars cruise? It must have been 2019, 18, somewhere around there. I went with a couple of friends and had an incredible steak and an amazing few bottles of wine. I mean, it was probably even more incredible because he paid for the whole thing, but um, Kappa is excellent and has beautiful views. And Ravello is a fantastic Italian restaurant. Again, we don't think about that's a great that Becky, that's actually a really good pull. And what is the place downstairs by the pool? PB and G is sort of the outdoor bar and grill. The only thing I will say is, wait, I went to, and it wasn't too long ago. Wait, let me tell you. We went to come on. So it's Kappa, Ravello. They have the Good Morning Breakfast with Goofy, the Lake House. Um, I went to Plancha and I had heard all kinds of good things about Plancha, and I went for brunch on, I don't know if it was like Mother's Day or so we went. There was nobody there. There was maybe 5 tables that were sat. There was like 5 parties waiting ahead of us. There was like no servers. This It took us forever. By the time we sat down, like nobody came over. Like this is also the Four Seasons. There was the service like it takes a lot for me to get up and leave a restaurant. Like I got up and left. And we were not alone. Like another party did too, because there was another table next to us, and they're like, we ordered a half hour ago and never saw our server again. I asked if they were like, hey, was there some sort of like an issue? Like I was very kind on the way out. Like I didn't like TikTok freak out. Like I was very kind. I was like, hey, like, is there an issue in the kitchen? Is there an issue with thing? And the person at the front did not give the level of service recovery that I would have hoped for or expected. Maybe they were having a bad day. Maybe they were having a bad month. I've heard that was not unique to our situation. So that was really the only bad experience that I had there. I'd be curious to go back and try it again because they sort of have a Spanish inspired menu that I like. But there you go. So late night at Sanat is great. Don't threaten me with a good time. I'm so far back in the chat. I don't even know what you are talking about. Randall Jackson says, best overlooked for us is the bar at Steakhouse 71. Best burger around. That stack burger is like, with onion rings, you have a great meal and a great setting. I used to love when it was the Wave. The Wave bar was the secret spot to go to because you could always get a seat. You had access to the whole menu. They had really, really, really good food there, but I haven't sat at the bar at Steakhouse 71 in a long. That's another place. Like, why don't I do that after a show? Find somebody local. Hey, Lou, I'll come pick you up. Let's go to Steakhouse 71. We'll go to the bar. We can have a little nosh. Somebody, anybody. My phone, it's just like high school. My phone never rings again. This is where my local friends get really mad at me. Let me see. I've wondered where the best burger was. I keep wanting to do, Josh, a best burger in Walt Disney World, but every time I think I'm getting close, just when I think I'm close, they add additional burgers to the menu. So I do need to try and be thorough in my reviews, but now there's so many good burgers all across property. Like, and I'm sorry, man, they count as burgers. Those little filet sliders, man, they get me every time at the Boathouse. I did order a salad there once. It was, which I love, but man, those filet sliders, that is the way to go. Eat is definitely on there. A pint of Congaloosh at the Nomad Lounge. I am not judging, Mark. You go and do you. Cassie says, Toledo is my favorite sit down, so I'll go. First thing I hear as I arrive is Lou saying the steak is delicious, and it's true. And here come the mean tweets from the mean comments from my friends. Yeah, Swampy the Gator. So I've got him way, way, way behind. Nomad Lounge. Tim Moore says, I don't think I've ever figured the correct way to walk from Snot to parking. I think it involves 3 different elevators going in different directions. Yeah, it can be a little confusing. But again, I haven't been to Animal Kingdom Lodge in eons. I need to start. I need to start doing this more. I did a live with you do another live from the Japan Pavilion and snacks round 2. Kyle, they've I love that pavilion and that country and its people and its food and its sake. But the fact that they have shrunken the snack section to a grossly inappropriately small size in the Japan. Although, wait, come closer. I'm not a sweets guy, but do you know what they have now? Do you know? Yes, they have gachapon machines. Look how excited I'm getting. They only have gachapon, but they've got the waffle ice cream. You're like, what is that, Mangello? Let me tell you. It is a Japan like convenience store culture thing. It's think about, have you ever had like those thin waffle cookies with like the little cream filling? Well, imagine a big size of that, but with ice cream. They have vanilla, chocolate, and matcha. Because I went with my son a couple of months ago and I was like, wait a minute. And it's just like you were in Japan. God, what am I doing home tonight? What am I doing home tonight? All right, let me see. Let me quickly go. Um, Jacob says to me, the place by the Tower of Terror. Give me some chicken tendies. Sit on a bench on Hollywood Boulevard. Did that on my Christmas Eve with my wife. Ultra romantic with the music, the screams, and the snow. Listen, romance and romantical is defined. It's a very subjective thing, and for some, the blood curdling screams from Tower of Terror and chicken tendies might be just exactly. You clearly married the right woman. So John worked in Seaside Heights for 20 years as a mailman, live in Manahawk, and grew up in Brick. Yeah, I was I had an uncle who lived in Toms River, so we went to Seaside all the time, and then my parents were in Point Pleasant. So, Chad Williams, my friend, we have enjoyed all that Manit Chuan has to offer for Eat. 2 years, right? You were there both years? This past year and the year before, we went to Eat. God, the year before, remember all the food they brought out for? Oh my God, it was so good. That was one of my favorite dining reviews that we ever did. I did that. I did eat with Lisa and Jason and Kenneth. Yeah, because I know Kenneth like was a big Indian food fan. I think Eat is so good. Why did I not put it on the list? I need to redo my 5. 5 is just not enough. Scotch egg is still on the menu at Rose and Crown. It's excellent. Sad the sticky toffee pudding is changed. The original, to quote Lou, was amaze balls. Jonathan, let me know if you need help with live dining. All right, let me try and catch up. Boma, Andrew Mile and I went to Boma a few years ago. Didn't do a review, but I went with friends, and I remember it was a lovely meal. But I remember the mac and cheese being like, it's no, I'm sorry. I was thinking of Chico. I take that back. I haven't been to Boma in eons. What's wrong with me? I mean, there's a lot wrong with me. That's an opening up the doors to a whole separate conversation. But yeah, I haven't been to Boma in so long either. Boma breakfast. I think, you know what I need to do? I need to do like a Boma breakfast meeting. So if you are in need of momentumy, entrepreneurship, emergency coaching, meetings, crises, maybe we should have our meeting at Boma. Usually people, if like, because I do them on the phone, I do them like virtually, but some people are like, hey, like I'm coming to Walt Disney World, can we do it in person? I'm not going to say no. I won't charge anybody more for that. And usually the place that they choose is the Boathouse. I had a 4.5 hour meeting with somebody once at Boathouse. He flew in from Dallas just to sort of meet with me and go to Boathouse. I'm like, well, I'm certainly going to give you your money's worth. So we stayed for 4 hours at the Boathouse. It was wonderful. But I need maybe a Boma breakfast meeting. I need to start writing this down. Territory Lounge. The puff right salad is so good. I'm craving. And by the way, if you live in the Orlando area, I guess if you're staying here too, don't tell anybody. But Eat is on DoorDash. EET is on DoorDash. I can tell you because they told me, and I can also tell you because I did it. And it was one time I was home by myself and I had Eat delivered and I was on my little couch and I have a little TV on and I had this beautiful buffet for a party of one. I was having a little me party. It was me and Manit by virtue of her food. And that the tandoori chicken poutine and the puff rice salad. Oh God, it's a good time right there. Once a week, maybe twice a week, I'm going to get out of this house and I'm going to start eating more. So Um, Nomad Lounge is top 10. Betsy and Ken are at the Grand Floridian right now. They probably are at Narcoossee. Such nice people too, and she loves to eat. That was a great review. She did a really great job. What if we eat before we listen and we still get hungry? Then I'm clearly doing my job, Kira, because I think that is the goal. I want to get you excited about one of those restaurants and hopefully add it to your list when you come back to Walter. Kira, the next time you come, we have to get together and eat somewhere. You pick the place, and we need to go and eat. Artsmith dinner outside in the fall. Artsmith's anytime out on the porch, or especially now as it's way too hot, way too late in Florida right now. It's in the 80s every day, which is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. But you're right. Some of those outdoor. I think did I do my five? It's on my list somewhere. My five best outdoor dining locations. Imagineering and route. I thought I did. Maybe I didn't. No, maybe I didn't. Did I not do that? Top 10, top 10. Somebody write that down. I need to do that too. Oh no. Oh no. No, wait. I did favorite outdoor cues. That's what it was. I did favorite outdoor cues. We need to do top 10 or my five al fresco dining spots in Walt Disney World. Somebody please write that down for me because I will forget. I need to do a live Wednesday night at Animal Kingdom Resort and Art of Animation. So, Amy, that's a great idea. I will go to Animal Kingdom. We'll do a live there and or from Sanaa Lounge. So I can put my money and you where my mouth. I will literally put my mouth where my mouth is. Put my mouth. You know what I mean? We'll do it live from the Sanaa Lounge. If only I could find somebody to join me there. So let me see. What the Mara is overlooked. Soups and again, I think if you're not staying at Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge, the Mara is a great resort quick service option. But if you're not staying there, is it one of those places? And I'm not saying you shouldn't, but is it one of those places that you think of, go, we should go to the Mara for lunch? Because again, you have to sort of work to get there. Animal Kingdom is so far away, relatively speaking. But I remember being there. I was staying there with my family for something. I mean, my kids were little, so it was a long, long time ago. But let me see. I keep saying we're going to do Nine Dragons again. Becky, there's a lot of things on our list. I love when Becky, I can hear her cursing because I've heard her curse. Usually, I have to be very careful when I record with Becky, when I actually record. And like, God help me, I hope that I always remember to like listen and look, especially like at the beginning and the end, so I can trim off the vulgarities I mean, thank God I don't. Oh God, did I just post it? No, I'll make sure I edit the video too because I think there were gestures happening too that would not be appropriate for the brand, for YouTube, etc. So, uh, Nine Dragons, Tony's Town Square. So I did a review, Chuck, of Tony's Town Square with Rachel and Chauncey Friend. God, this has got to be. It's got to be at least a decade ago. Hang on, let me just see. I can look this up quickly. I remember doing it with them. Oh my God. So I did a live restaurant review of Tony's Town Square back on show 308. Kids, that is January of 2013. And if my mathematicals are correct, that's almost 13 years ago. Time flies. Do you remember the year that it monsooned for the wine and dine party and we ended up at Martha's Vineyard? Yes. Do I? Did it monsoon for the wine and dine party? Oh, you mean like the race party? You talking about the race party? Then we went over. At least when you get old like me, and I also haven't eaten in a few hours. I have a vague recollection. I think because we've done the running team meetups there, usually after marathon day, they all just sort of blend in together. Usually because I'm just loopy from exhaustion from getting up at stupid o'clock multiple days in a row. Heather says, I like the dining reviews because I can pretend that I am there. That's the feeling that I want you to have. You are joining us virtually at that spot. Pizza window, hard no. Pizza, it's okay to be picky. Yeah, Doreen, I want it to be good. I don't like to see anything, I need bad food in Walt Disney World. And I'm happy, and I'm not, look, I don't like to see anything close or anything go away. But all that to say, and this is, and another longer conversation for another day, I thought Big River Grill was, it outlived its usefulness by a number of years. I never, ever had even like a decent meal there. And by decent meal, like a burger, a chicken sandwich, a salad. Like it was I speak consistently not even not awesome. It was consistently not good. And I think it was just there because it was sort of the only food option there. It's very interesting that that location still sits empty, as does Jelly Rolls. That is not by accident. Um, Via Napoli Pizza Window, Kyle, different story. Via Napoli Pizza Window, um, especially if you get like a Sicilian slice. Yeah, that's nice. Do a little meetup, get a slice of pizza to share at the pizza window, and if it's too bad, then head to the cake bake shop. That is a wildly different price point of how it might fluctuate between the day. But I do need to go. I do need to do a live review of the cake bake shop. We did a review of the cakes, but the food there is so good. I think about that gumbo more often than I probably should. So that's another one I have to sort of, especially since they just celebrated their 1 year anniversary. I'm not doing it for me. I'm even not doing it for you. I want to do it to help the cake bake shop celebrate such a milestone. Plus, it was so good. Oh my God, that gumbo was so good. Um, I wish the Skyliner went to my house. I wish there was just some. I wish I could get like a minivan, like just like hit a little button on the app, like bloop, and like a minivan just pulls up and will just take you anywhere, or they'll like backdoor you wherever you need to go. Um, Drew Pike, I so I made a mistake. I take back what I said earlier. I have to turn in my I've eaten at every restaurant in Walt Disney World card. I have never eaten at the Regal Eagle. Not for any reason, but usually because when I would go by, there's a festival going on, I'm eating somewhere else. I have never eaten at Regal Eagle. And it is a darn shame because I've heard good things and I should try it. And I owe it to myself and to you to do that. So Annie is joining in from Utah. Annie, it is nice to see you. Thank you for being here. Sue Passauer, also of Mouse Fan Travel fame. I ate at Tiffin's back in April. The food was incredible. I think so many people overlook it because of Nomad Lounge. I think it is. I love the fact that those two dining experiences are so connected yet so vastly different. I think Tiffin's is probably no, I can't say it. It ranks among the best high-end dining experiences inside of a theme park. Takumi Tay takes that. It is so far away from everyone in terms of a high-end, like elegant, elevated dining experience. But Tiffin's also gives those vibes too. However, I would love if only there was somebody who would like go with me to Nomad Lounge and just sit in one of those big, comfy, like pit chairs that just like sinks you into it and you just get this plethora of food. Blink, blink, blink. Yeah, that's a good time right there. I dig that a lot. Lorraine Resigno says we visit Walt Disney World lucky twice a year. We always try to go to beaches. Love the Reuben and of course the No Way Jose. I went to Beaches and Cream when it reopened, and I wanted to try something different because the Reuben was my go-to there, and I wasn't. Is No Way Jose the one with the peanut butter? Because I'm not. I'm really not an ice cream. I swear, I'm really not an ice cream guy, but I love peanut butter, and so No Way. I think it's No Way Jose was the peanut butter one that I would get. So you get the Reuben, so you get that nice, like fatty, salty, meaty, drippy goodness in the Reuben, and then you sort of contrast it with the nice sweetness and the creaminess of the ice cream and the peanut butter. That too. God, that sounds. I'm famished, by the way. This was a bad idea for me to talk about this tonight because I am practically drooling. Can we talk about the warm raclette Swiss cheese and ham from the Alps during Food and Wine? I can't because I haven't done it this year. I mean, I know it's a staple and it's there every year. I want to do the Food and Wine. Sorry, I want to do Festival of the Holidays, but I want to talk about what's new as opposed to revisiting some of the classics, which is hard because sometimes we love to just go to the ones. But I think for purposes of a show, which may have to happen next week, um, we'll try and do because I think that's what we did last year for Food and Wine or for Festival of the Arts. So I try and focus on some of the new things. I mean, we can hit some of the classics too. So Primetime Cafe. God, I haven't been to Primetime Cafe. That is where Cassidy, if you're still here, that's where I didn't meet your mom there first. I met your mother first in Pennsylvania. And then the first time I ever like had dinner with your mom was at um Primetime Cafe. This is probably 2006, 2007. So I don't even want to ask how old you were, if you were even born yet. Um, there's over 200 restaurants at Walt Disney World. You can hit them all in a year. God, that would be an interesting challenge. I mean, I would go bankrupt as a result. But trying to hit every Walt Disney World dining location in 1 year. Do you see the little steam coming out? Maybe if I can get somebody to sponsor it, I'll eat at every single dining location in Walt Disney. Eat at least one item from. I'm sweating. Every single dining location from Walt Disney World in 1 year. Zach Brown from the DV. Look at you showing off from the DVC Lounge above the Imagination Pavilion. Zach, I was this close to being at Epcot Center tonight. I was this close to being in Disney Springs, but that close to being in. Actually, I was this close to being in Hollywood Studios, this close to being in Springs, and probably that close to being in Epcot Center. Andy Dorley, oh my God, what's going on? Andy Dorley was, he still is my brother from when we were in Villanova University, those many years ago. Doors, it's good to see you, man. Um, Only if you promise to bail me out of Disney. Zach, I told you, you ever need bailing out of any kind of jail, I am the guy that you call first. Love Steakhouse 71, the Bison Burger. So Tim Moore, the Bison Burger at Geyser Point, without a doubt, ranks among the best burgers in Walt Disney World. I think the bison scares people, and it shouldn't. It's not gamey. It's delicious. I'll talk about it on this week's show. But the steak sandwich may be better than the Bison Burger. I know, I know, I know. It's that good because it's got this nice little schmear of, because it's not a smear, it's a schmear of horseradish that gives it just that little bit of a bite. And the bread is almost like New York Northeast style, like crusty bread. That's really, really good. Good Lord, I am famished. Good Lord, I am famished. If I wasn't traveling tomorrow, I would absolutely go out and eat somewhere tonight. Um, the snack section has returned to its former glory. Say what? I don't believe it. I don't believe it, but I will go to see it. Joshua Smith, your birthday is in 5 days. Joshua Smith, you are the kindest, most thoughtful person I know because I run into you every so often whenever I'm out in Disneyland, and without fail, my friend, you send me a birthday card every year. And you like cut out pictures and you write stuff and draw stuff, and I very much appreciate. And I have them all saved in a box in my closet. So I appreciate you, brother, and happy birthday, and hope to see you next time I come out to Disneyland, which is going to be relatively soon. Um, Let me see. Boma. It's the Boma mustard. Seriously, it's so good. God, I haven't been in so long. We always do Boma brunch for Christmas Eve. It's just the way Jesus wanted it. It's one of the missing scrolls from the New Testament, where he talks about, you know, how he led the Jews like into Boma. If they say Egypt, but I think they meant Boma. I think Moses brought the Israelites not from Egypt. He brought them to Boma for brunch on Christmas Eve. So, and then you order Chinese food at night. I understand, it's perfectly fine, and I dig that. But I have not been to Boma in. Do they have like a special menu for Christmas, or is it like that? Do you have a frame of reference? Like, is it the same menu that they have throughout the rest of the year? Amy, the quick service dining service in the Land Pavilion. That God, it used to be called. Oh my God, Mangello, eons ago, when there was actually a bunch of different facades. Like one looked like the farmhouse, and there was like a Nestle cookie thing, but they used to have a tuna and noodle salad that was so good. I would actually make the walk in there and all the way down because it's so far away for because it was that good, and it was like a really good value too. It was like $8, $9. I haven't been there in so long. I didn't even realize that it is gone. Just got home from Epcot Noshes and drinks at GO82 and Space 220. I dig both of those locations, Debbie. I've been to GO82 only once. I would like to go back again. Nobody will go with me. I stand outside. I'm just like waiting for a friend, and nobody. I'm just bait. I'm just poking the bear, waiting to see how angry the texts and direct messages I get are going to be. You need to do a my 5 items at each restaurant food spot. Material for years, merchandising. My 5 items at each restaurant. Well, that's interesting. My 5 things you have to eat at every dining location. First of all, I'd be 675 pounds. My cholesterol would be through the roof, and I'd have diabetes like nobody's business. But for you and for the show, I would be interested in potentially doing that. Becky says I only need to be edited once. Yeah, but I seriously need to check because I think we started recording as the profanities were flying. So I want to make sure that it didn't get caught at the beginning. Big River Grill and open table is great for parking. Great for parking, not great for eating. And there's not a lot of places that I like would completely write off, but that is one that I had completely written off. Like I would have gone to the pizza window as opposed to that. And also the Boardwalk Bakery, which is I know it used to be the Boardwalk. I know now it's the Boardwalk Deli. But they also have some pretty good sandwiches there too. Becky, I think you were staying there once. I think we had a Boardwalk meeting late one night, and we had Sammy's from the Boardwalk Deli, which were pretty good, all things considered. Boardwalk Deli, then the pizza, and then way down here, may it rest in peace in its quiet demise, Big River Grill. Okay, let me see. I'm way back. It went Regal is pretty good. I like the brisket Sammy, Regal Eagle. A lot of people very impressed. I am very impressed with Cake Bake Shop. Like for all the I'm very impressed with Cake Bake for a lot of reasons. I'm very impressed with Gwendolyn Rogers for a million reasons, but I really do like Cake Bake Shop a lot. And admittedly, when I saw that location being built, I'm like, this is no way, because I thought it was just cakes. Like I literally thought it was just going to be a cake store. And I'm like, how many cakes are they really going to sell every day? When I'm wrong, I admit it. I was wildly well, first of all, I was incorrect about what it was. I didn't realize it was going to be a restaurant. I thought it was just a cake shop. The prices scared everybody away. I got it. But having dined there, I understand it. I get it. It's worth the cake bake shop is worth the hype. And if you are like, not to be a downer, like I wish my mom was still alive because that is where I would want to take her for like Mother's Day or like a special like Sunday. Like if she was alive and came down here, I would take her to cake bake shop. And my mother sometimes can be uh sometimes she can be picky about where she ate. I just relax, mom. I'm getting there. But like we took her to the boathouse and I was nervous because taking my mom to the boathouse was like taking my mom to meet my girlfriend. Like I was so nervous because I love the boathouse so much. And I'm like, oh my God, I hope she likes it. Like, please don't embarrass me. Like, please don't say anything like mean to the chef. Not that my, but she loved it. Like she loved, I was like, oh, thank God. Like boathouse and we can still date. We can get married. I would want to take my mom to the cake bake shop because I think she would feel the same way. More importantly, I think she would appreciate the the how didactic and the details and the storytelling and the quality and how every little thing speaks and matters so much. I think that's what she appreciated about Boathouse and Steve Schussler and the way he runs his business, and the same way Gwendolyn Rogers does her. There are business lessons to be learned in any business that you are in from both of those incredible entrepreneurs. It's why I had them come to speak at Momentum, and hope and realize, I hope that the people who were at Momentum, and I think they did, realize just what an education they got from those incredible entrepreneurs who built their wildly successful businesses from nothing but sweat equity. So breakfast and cake bake is amazing. Lunch is even better. Lunch is so good. I need to go back. Like cake bake is starting to become like Boathouse is still it, but for business meetings, I also am very much open to the cake bake shop experience. So I need a GoFundMe to eat at all of the places. All right, let me see. Lisa, who is Jewish, says he definitely took us to Boma. Kids, this is not the true story of, yeah. All right, wait, let me catch up. Cake bake shop, ruined cake for us. It is the best cake. I again, is admittedly not a huge sweet guy. Wait a second. Hold the phone, Vicky Vale. This is a name I haven't heard in a long time. And it's my fault because I should have done the outreach and I haven't. Amanda Bonner from Me and the Magic says she comes in swinging, knocks one out of the park. The shrimp po' boy at Cake Bake Shop is so good. I was between the shrimp po' boy and I got the gumbo and something else, but I think you are not the first, nor shall you be the last to recommend the shrimp po' boy at Cake Bake Shop. Amanda Bonner, maybe we need a meeting at the Cake Bake Shop, and that's where we should go. Chad Williams, stop! Don't tell people about that. That's the secret, like backdoor way to get reservations there. I don't even want to put it on screen, but it's true. Hearing Gwendolyn, Iggy Torres, love Iggy Torres. Follow Iggy stuff. Iggy is live all the time from the parks. Hearing her story changed my view of Cake Bake Shop. I was very inspired. I can't wait to make it there for lunch. If only I could find someone. Iggy, you and I have this. You and Iggy, I must be standing on one side of the Cake Bake Shop, and you must be standing on the other side of the entrance, looking for a friend. And we pass like two ships in the night. When I get back, let's make that happen. We will have a holiday celebration of our own at Cake Bake. So, yeah. I think we hit. I think we hit all of the dining locations in Walt Disney World. Um, Anything else that we missed that is like overlooked? I meant, well, there's, if you're looking for the best sushi on property, it's Kimonos. Like I'm not kidding about the Walt Disney World Swan and Dolphin, and I'm not just saying that because I love it there, but I'm saying it because I love it there. Kimonos is overlooked. Il Molino is the best Italian in the area. Scratch Kitchen, uh, the Fountain. I still need to do a review of Rosa Mexicano. The bourbon steak is so good. I'm gonna work with them to try and see about getting in there to do. They bring you, instead of like bread service as an appetizer, they bring you a French fry, like a flight of flavored French fries. Say that 3 times fast, and then just imagine how beautiful that must be. This is a body built on French fries, so that is on my list as well. So and Rose Mexicano has breakfast. Who thinks about going to a Mexican restaurant for breakfast? I haven't, but I should. Maybe that's one I need to do too. Maybe I need to do this more often and put out like multiple podcasts a week, just like a week of live dining reviews. I'll just batch them all. I need to start exercising. This is not going to be good at all. So keeping a list of all the places I've never been for if only there was somebody. Well, thank you very much. Just forward that list to me, and I'll see if I can find somebody to join. But all right, it is almost 9 o'clock. Man, time really does fly faster when we are together, and it's all because of you. I love Wednesday nights. I really do. I love being able to spend and share this time with you. I've said this before. I'm going to say it again. I had a call the other day with somebody, and I was talking about my business and their business and different things like that, and about podcasting and just important. It's just how important live video has been, still is, and always will be, because it is not just what I feel is the most genuine and authentic medium, because there is no scripting, there is no editing, there is no prepping, but it is the only way that you and I, individually and collectively, can have this live, two-way, unfiltered, unscripted conversation, and there's nothing like it in the world to me. I don't care about TikTok videos, Periscope, whatever. Like, live video is still for me, as it has been since I started in 2007. It's a gift for me, and I love being able to sort of have this shared experience with you. All right, a couple of things before we go. I have so many things to tell you. All right, let's do this. Let's just a couple of things just very quick before we go. Don't forget, we still have some spots. Listen, if we haven't been able to get together, and if only there was anybody who would join me on the Disney Destiny, we still have some spots open for February. You can visit www.com/destiny26 and get a free, no obligation quote. And maybe if the Destiny isn't for you, maybe you want to don't forget to go and check out Mouse Fan Travel's self-booking engine, where you can go, you can do the research, get your pricing, book it yourself, or submit it and get a Mouse Fan Travel advisor to reach out to you and help you book it directly. And no matter what, you can always reach out to mousefantravel.com for any and all of your vacation planning needs. Thanks to all of you who are members of the Nation family. You literally help keep the lights on. You now also helped all to fund the upcoming 2026 thousands of live dining reviews that we have. You can join for as little as $1 a month. And don't forget that a portion of what you contribute to the Nation does go to our Dream Team project to benefit the Make-A-Wish Foundation of America. Don't forget to be part of the community and conversation over in the clubhouse. And as always, my friend, and you are my friend, invite friends to join us Wednesday in the clubhouse. And please, if you haven't done so already, share the show, tell a friend, and take a second to rate and review, comment in Spotify, or do a rating and review in Apple Podcasts, or both. It helps. And I think that's it. I'm sure there's something else that I'm forgetting, but I don't have all of my graphics up and loaded. It doesn't matter. You are the most important part of all of this. I love and appreciate you so, so very much. There they go. Hearts and fireworks and all the different things. That's all for you. And thank you again for the gift of your friendship. I hope you have a great night, a great week, and I will see you again on Wednesday.